Yes, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing? You're welcome to our second volume 2 of our ROQ members training session. Here we basically talk a lot about the business. We share all our fears. We share all we wish to know. We ask questions. We have professionals in the house who are here to take us through, who are here to help us. And basically, it's just a time where we put our crypto heads together, think about or predict what's going to happen, make sure we have some points steady and waiting for that bull run season, taking full advantage of the top gainer strategy, learning much more in relation to trading. I think we have Professor SE in the house. If you're in the house, just drop a chat. If you're in the house, just notify me because you'll be coming on the call anytime soon. I think by 9:30. If you're in the house, just send me a message so I know. Also, we have Mr. Leto, who's the co-host in the house, and a whole lot of leaders. IB Kaye, good to see you. Nuhu Muhammad. OJ Welch is in the house. Good to have you, boss. You will be also handling some part of the training. Made you a co-host too. So if Mr. S is in the house, please let me know. Ade Welch, I don't know if Mr. Ade Welch is in the house yet. Let us feel free to use the chat room and send messages. If you have any questions or any recommendations, please feel free to do so. Feel free to use the chat. So it is going to be an interactive session. It's not just going to be me talking. It's going to be us sharing ideas. And if you have anything to say, you can just raise your hand and we can have your mic on so that you can let us know. Yes, so how has it been so far with Royal Q? We are the ones here, so we're talking to ourselves. Basically, maybe we have just one or two non-members here. But so far, can you let me know how has it been with you trading with Royal Q? So far, let's do this. Huh? So if it's been very good, just type very good. If it's just good, like if you need to learn more, just type on learn more. This is the reason, this is why we're here, so that we know where we are going to begin from with the replies that you give me. So if you're a member, please let me know how far has been your Royal Q journey. Is it very good? If it's good, or learn more. Let me see how many people are on here that are ready to learn, or who has learned a lot. Learn more. Learn more. I still have a lot to learn. Even me, I'm learning too. I'm just 2 months in the business, 2 months. Yes, I like that. The questions are already rolling in. I like that. Just write it out on there, then we can handle it afterwards. Trading has been good for me. It's been a week and a half trading already, making profits. Awesome. I like to hear that. All my people are making money. Like everyone who has registered and we're doing the session, I'm setting them up. By the end of the session, they've already started making money. And I feel so happy, very, very happy seeing that. I'm completely new, Julia. Okay, you're welcome. You just sit there and listen and learn. There's a lot that we'll talk about today. I will just hope we don't cross the 10 p.m. mark, which we got put up, but it's fine. So, Mr. OJ, the co-host, can you hear me? Please unmute yourself and say hi to the team. Mr. OJ Wells, can you hear me?
Hi, how are you all doing today?
Where are you?
Can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear.
All right.
Okay, your camera is not on. Why are you
No.
hiding your beautiful face? Okay, so we have some questions on there. When can one come out of a trade after you've entered? Mr. IB Kai. Okay. Okay, good. So I didn't see everybody tell me if it's very good, if it's good, or if they're learning more. I can only count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just 9 about learning more. Just about 9 people learning more. Okay. So this is the second session that we're holding, and it's going to be very interactive, like I said. And first of all, we need to browse through the crypto news for today. I want to welcome everybody to this call once again. So where you get your crypto news basically is not just from the WhatsApp group, but you can also go online. There are some wonderful websites where you can get crypto news. Even Binance shares a lot of news on their homepage. Coindex also does so too. I want to share my screen. I was just looking through some news on here before the meeting started. Right, so let's just take about 2 or 3 of these news so we understand how the market is running basically today. Solana has taken, I think, one of the biggest hits today in relation to how the market has been falling. And we know that Bitcoin actually controls over 50% of the market. And in doing that, whatever is happening to Bitcoin basically seems to happen to the market. On an average, the market has been quite, what's the best word? Quite up and down today. But some people have been able to take some trades and earn profits nonetheless. So let's go to Coindex. We're just going to run through the news we have here briefly. Co-host, please help me add the people on the waiting room. It's always popping up on my Zoom. So if you're co-host, please add them on the waiting room so that doesn't disturb our flow. So the first on the page on Coindex is talking about Circle. That's a company that is IPO, bringing up their IPO. Yeah, so let's go on to look at some crypto news today. I use Crypto Potato, which is one place where I get news on what is happening today. You can see SEC plans to amend the Binance complaint, avoid ruling on third-party crypto asset securities. When they say third-party crypto asset securities are in relation to bots, in relation to AIs or software that are used in trading, basically. So what it's saying is that the SEC is planning to amend the Binance complaint that they have. Bitcoin price analysis. So who can tell me what's happening today and why the Bitcoin price seems to have fallen? We are using the chat. Please, if you're just coming in, please, can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic, please? So who can tell me, can use the chat, please? Let me know what you think is the reason why Bitcoin value is falling today. I know we talked about it briefly in the group before we started this meeting. Yes, I can see, yes, the USA wanting to sell their Bitcoin. Yeah, that's a good one. The USA wanting to sell their Bitcoin from Silk Road, Mount Gox, the exchange that got hacked in 2013. That's some of the Bitcoins have been shared to different exchanges and they're about selling. So that's bringing some uncertainty in the market. And not only that, since the Trump speech, the US have over, I think they said over $40 billion worth in Bitcoin, which have been seized. So some of them have been moved to different wallets, and that is basically affecting the market today. So here's the news. Bitcoin slides to 66,000 in the wake of the Silk Road BTC movements. Solana leads major losses. So Bitcoin slides to 66,000 in the wake of the Silk Road BTC movements. Also, Solana leads major losses. Now, remember that when the Ethereum ETF just began, that day, a lot of people got into Ethereum. So right now, we do not have only just Bitcoin ETF. We also have Ethereum ETF. And pretty soon, we are hearing that there's also going to be ETFs from Solana, which portends a lot of good news as we have it. So we're going to just jump straight into it. We have Mr. OJ. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Let us attempt all these questions now. So I want to go back to the beginning of the question that was put on here. All right, the first question here that I would like to talk about before anything else is in the TGS 1 minute strategy, which Nnamdi was talking about taking multiple 1.1 trade profits or cycling before selling off once it hits the upper Bollinger Band. How do you measure the 1% or the 1.5% on the trade? And how do you take multiple trades before it hits the upper Bollinger Band? So Coach Nnamdi, I don't know if he's here on the call. I don't think so. But he promised to be on the call next week. I actually asked him to be on the call, but he said he was too busy, so he won't be on the call today. That question, we will just we'll leave it for him. We'll just copy the question and then maybe we'll ask one in the group when he's on there. Trading has been good, okay. Nuhu Mohammed is new, so I need to understand how it works. What's the minimum capital? Yeah, so Nuhu Mohammed, normally we have a prospect meeting for that, which is on a Sunday. But this is just members meeting. But if you just listen, whoever brought you into the group or gave you the link for the group can very well show you these or answer all these questions for you. If you cannot, then wait for the meeting on Sunday where we can explain all that. Can Kaye Samuel say, when can one come out of a trade after you have entered? When can one come out of a trade after you have entered? Okay, so I think I need to connect my second phone so that I can show or I can use directly I can use my dashboard directly. Okay, Kaye Samuel, I'll come to that your question. I'm new here, I want to learn. Okay. Cyril says, I have trades that have been floating since February. Anytime I add money hoping for it to sell, it swallows the funds and continue dipping. All of my capital is currently in dipping trades, 5 of them. I am confused. So I don't think that is something to be confused about, because basically all the coins are not acting, are not going up at the moment. But with the bull run coming on, I can assure you 99.9% that most of all those your trades, or if not all of them, are going to close up in profits. You see, there's something about this business which is patience. Patience is everything in this business. The patience to wait for it to come up. And of course, the idea of you putting or buying more of the coin, I don't really think it's going to help you, because there's no way it's going to help you sell off the coin 100%. But what it's going to do is try to minimize the losses. So if, for example, you are at minus 40, when you add money, depending on the money that you put in, it might go to minus 20 or minus 30 or minus 40. It doesn't totally eradicate the trade and put you in profit. If I were you, I would rather use those monies to continue trading while waiting for that value to increase. Like I said, if I were you, I'll just use those other monies I'm putting in to start trading on my own. And most of these dips that actually happen, the TGS strategy was not already in motion. It was not already discovered yet. So yes, there were other strategies that are being used, and some of them sometimes fall into such dips or such floating losses. But yet again, you already know that floating losses are not losses until you actually close them. They are not losses until you actually close them. So all you need is patience on those trades. And there are other ways you can actually make money even while you're waiting for those trades to close. So I want to share my screen on here. Let me try to answer the question by Samuel RBK. I'm sharing my phone screen here. So if you can see my screen, just type a yes. You can see my screen, just type a yes. Okay. So I'm going to the Royal Q app now. All right, that's good. Enough yeses. Okay, so IB, you said, how can you close a trade? So I tell my people sometimes that we have a saying circular that a bird in hand is worth 3 Obuburu in the bush. Obuburu's owl is a bigger bird. So if you have a bird in hand, it's better than all the bird that you have in the bush. And just with that principle, I apply what is called scalping, or what we know as scraping. Yeah. So if you can see my screen, you can see that I have 2 trades on floating losses in this account right now. So I tell my people that I bring in that even if I put 2% as take profit, if I open my app for whatever reason and I see 0.80 or 0.50, I quickly close it in profits, because then you are scraping. You can close it and immediately open the same trade. When you go back home, you see that you have made some profits, although not as much as if you had left it to hit the 2%, but that is what I call a bird in hand. Yeah, so I'm going to click on the red in the first one, NOT/USDT. I'm going to click on the red part. Now, when I click on the red part, there are 3 things that comes directly to my eyes: cycle, sell, and buy. So there might be one reason or the other that you have a trading loss, but you need the money, or you need some money, or something you can you can cut off. Some people go and close their trade if for any reason whatsoever they have some emergency and they want some money out. In such a situation, you see cycle, sell, buy, you click on sell. That means you want to sell the trade. And when you click on that, you click on it, it shows you all the definites of the trade, the coordinates of the trade, the position, the average price, the quantity, the current price, and the value in which you are losing. So if you check, if you see position, profit and loss is changing, is at minus 7.13. It's changing, it's now minus 7.05. That is what I stand to lose if I close this trade all at once. So to answer your question, when you say when can one come out of a trade after you have entered? In that sense, you're saying, okay, for one reason or the other, you want to get out of the trade. You can't wait till it closes. All you need to do is pick a trigger price. In this case, you choose market price. I hope you can see market price on there. If I click it, you see it in blue already. It will show on there as market price. Now you have a choice to sell a quarter of the trade, half of the trade, 1/4 of the trade, or 100% of the trade. Within, you can see it, sell quantity 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. So for example, you click on 25%. If you look up a little bit up from where the market price is, you're going to see how much I stand to lose minus 1.05 USDT if I close 25% of the trade. So that means that if I close 25% of the trade, 25% of the amount of money that I use in entering the trade will go back to my USDT. I can close at 50%. That means I'm closing half of the value of the trade. Or I can even close at 100%. If I close at 100%, the value shows me how much I stand to lose if I close the trade. And then I just go down and click on short. Short is the button there in yellow. So for one reason or the other, you may want to do this. And although we do not advise anyone to close trades, all you have to do is have patience. Patience with your trade and will surely come out. So let's look a little bit on the dashboard, because I guess not everybody has really gone through the dashboard. The dashboard is pretty complex. It has a whole lot of stuff. Even from the front page, you're going to see a whole lot of things happening. It has so many news on there. Now, let me start from the toppermost part. Okay, no, let me start from invite friends. Some people have not clicked this at all. When you click on invite friend, what it does is that it shows you your link. Because as you well know, any new company coming up don't bother to spend billions of dollars doing advertisements anymore. What they rather do is pay me and you for word of mouth communication to let people know about the business. And in doing that, we get paid also. So we cannot say that Royal Q itself is a network marketing business. No, it is not. It is a crypto trading app. And so what we are, basically, we are crypto traders. I don't know, the network is a little messy. I'm trying to open where you can see the invite link on there. So I think I'm going to restart the phone. I'm going to restart the phone. Let me see if we can use this one again. I need to understand how it works for the minimum capital when one can come out with a trade. I need to understand to start investing. Okay, Coach Namdi is on the call. Okay, please let me make you a co-host so you can drive on from there. Good evening, Coach Namdi. How you doing? Please unmute yourself.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Yeah, it's good to have you on the call.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening. Yeah.
Yes, so the floor is yours. Someone asked a question earlier in regards to the 1 minute strategy. Allow me to go there so I can read it. I don't know if you came early. Okay.
I was here then. I was talking about multiple 1.11% trade profits or cycling. No, it wasn't cycling. It was taking 1.1% multiple times or 1.1% or 0.9% before selling off once it hits the upper Bollinger Band. How do you measure the 1% or 1.5% on the trade? So first, it's not cycling because after taking the first 1.1% or whatever you're comfortable with, some people like 0.9%, some like to take 1.2, 1.1. So once you take the first one, you wait on the 1 minute chart for the price to retrace to the Bollinger Band, okay? Or the middle Bollinger Band. So whatever you were doing on the 15-minute chart with TGS strategy is what you're going to be doing on the 1 minute chart. So on the 1 minute chart, if it touches the middle band and KDJ points up, you go in again. Or if it touches the lower band and KDJ points up, you go in again. So that's different from cycling. It's one shot trading, but you wait for it to retrace before you go in. And you'll be checking the 15-minute chart to be sure that price hasn't hit the upper Bollinger Band. Now, I say the upper Bollinger Band because most times if it hits the upper Bollinger Band, it will retrace. So better to be safe than sorry. Of course, sometimes it might go higher than that, but always look at the 15-minute chart. If the price has hit the upper Bollinger Band, just you can stay clear and wait for the next opportunity. How do you measure the 1.1%? Just set it in your butt. Nothing to measure. Remember this and write it down. Royal Q is meant to trade for you and remove the stress from your head. That is why we have the TGS strategy, which is simple. Now, of course, as you begin to trade, you're going to learn much more along the way. There's so much more to trading than just Bollinger Bands and KDJ. All right. So, but this is just the beginning that can help everyone start making money. And it's easily duplicatable. And when I say duplicatable, I mean you can just have a team of 20 persons and you get them running on the strategy within an hour each, right? So 20 minutes spent on each person, and your entire 20 people are firing on all cylinders. Yes, they're going to make mistakes on the path, but you can easily help them correct it. How do you take this? How do you take the multiple trades before it hits the upper Bollinger Band? The answer is you wait for it to retrace. So you enter the first 1.1% or for the first 1%, then you sell off, all right? Once it sells off, you go to the 15-minute chart, check, has it hit the upper Bollinger Band? If it hasn't hit the upper Bollinger Band, you go back to the 1 minute chart, wait for a retrace. When it retraces, you look for when KDJ is ready to go in. If it touches the middle Bollinger Band or the lower Bollinger Band, you go in. All right. So no, you don't need to analyze much. That's why we tolerate 20% margin deep tolerance. So this is not that kind of trading where you panic and be worried about it. You can tolerate 20% dip. So in fact, if your trade goes deeper against you, it means that the rest of your money is now coming in to work for you. All right. So remember with the TGS strategy, if you're trading with $300 and above, your first buying amount is 45% of your earmarked capital. So if the trade starts going against you, it means to start going to the remaining 55% of your capital. So whenever that trade comes out in profit, you're going to be making so much money than if it never dipped. All right. So how do you measure? You don't measure anything, just put in your settings. So remember, you saved your strategy, you import it for every trade. So after importing it, just change your setting, 1% profit or 1.1% profit or 0.9% profit. Save that and execute the trade. Nothing to measure. Life is easy with Royal Q. And I hope that answered Chuk's question. Yeah. Chuks, if this answered your question, just type 1 in the chat box. Yeah, if that answered Chuk's question. Okay, maybe Chuks is trying to type.
Yes, maybe he's trying to type. Thank
Okay,
you
say
very
one but,
much. Hmm.
one but,
One but.
but.
Please, let's give him the mic. You know, such person should be. Let's hear him speak because Chooks, you can unmute yourself. Let's hear what the bot means there.
Okay, thank you very much. I am brand new here, and thanks for the explanation. I also, the bot there is about setting the 1% in the trading. I don't know how to set that 1%. My upline set the whole thing for me, and I'm glad about that. But now, to set it out after each trade, as you explained, I may need to learn that again. I don't know how it's going, how it's done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think what you need is like a graphical presentation or a graphical explanation. So that's why I'm trying to log in with my other phone so that I can get on. I hope this time we get a better network. So Mr. Chooks, Mr. Chooks, if you're on the line, I hope you can you ask that question again? That you don't know how to do what? You can unmute yourself, please.
It's just interested in knowing where to put the 1% after importing the strategy.
Okay.
In fact, he needs a more intensive hand holding.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so, but we'll try and see if we can make it a little better for you. So I'm sharing my screen once again. Now I'm going to Royal Q, right? So let me just pick any pair at least. Let me just pick any pair, okay? So let me see if I can explain what you're trying to ask. So if you are looking at this graph right now, this is a 1 minute graph. You can see it is on 1 minute. And on the 1 minute graph, we can see that the price is going up. And also from the KDJ, the purple indicator, the purple line indicator of the KDJ, you can see that there's a movement of going up. And I believe this is how you first check for your, this is how you check for how the trade is going. You know, the TGS normally is what we look at the 15 minutes candle and say that the candle, I'll look at the 15 minutes candle, we will be able to look at the trade and know if it is set or if it's good to go to place a trade. According to our TGS strategy, this AAVE is set right now. Because as you can see on the 15 minutes candle, the price has touched the lower Bollinger Band, is going upwards. The KDJ indicator has crossed both lines and facing upwards. So what I do, I don't just look at one time frame to confirm the movement. I'll simply go back and look at 5 minutes time frame, for example, and see how it's going. From the 5 minutes, I can tell that also our strategy is fully set and good to go. Because as you can see, the price is already going up. The purple line has crossed over and above. So now, to answer your question, Mr. Chooks, in creating an order, I think that's what I want to show you. I click on create to create an order, a martingale strategy. I click on create. I come to more flexibility under, and then I go to my trade setting. Now, normally when you choose our trade strategy, what you are taking as profit here is 2%. Look where 2 is as 2%. Whole position take profit ratio. Now, I've tried this before because me, I like scalping more than sitting down and waiting for many trades. I tried 0.75 before, and so okay, let me leave this as my take profit because it's quicker for any trade to hit 0.75 than to hit 2%. And I believe that's what the 1 minute strategy is all about. How to hit your trades quick, make profits, and then cut off. You know, so where I put this 0.75 actually is where you can put your 1.1%. And then you type in the amount you want on it. $50,000, I wish. You type the amount in it and click on save. So that way, for this trade itself, it's going to run on the 1.1. Although your strategy is showing 2%, but you must come on here to change it to 1.1% because 0.75% is not going to work. If I click on save, it's going to tell me take profit ratio must not be less than 1%. I'm going to click it so you can read it on the board again. See it, take profit ratio must not be less than 1%. So once again, our genius, Coach Namdi, has taught how quick to take advantage of the market, quick. Just put your $50,000, just go for your 1.1%. Easy. That's going to give you like $550 just on this 1.1%, you know. So I hope I've been able to answer your questions. I believe that what you need, like Coach Namdi said, is a full teaching. If you have your upline, please get back to him. But if he's not capable, then you need to meet any of the leaders on here to show you exactly how to trade. Now I saw Chooks, is it the same Chooks that said his $500 has been in floating loss? Abi?
No.
Okay, it's not you. I saw somebody
No.
who was complaining that his $500 has been in floating loss since, and he's not happy. And then I asked him some questions. So I want to just open your mic, Mr. Chris. Oh, that's Chris Edwards, I guess. So let me get on Chris on the call. I'll tell him, basically you hear, I want him to speak so we know what actually is wrong and why his trades have been on there for so much. So Mr. Chris, you can...
Before you leave, can I just ask one small question, sir?
Okay, please do.
Yeah, you fixed $50,000. What was that for? Why?
Okay. So I'm imagining that I have $100,000 trading.
He's a big man. He's a big man. He's a big man.
Oh my God. So I'm imagining, I like to think positive. I'm imagining that I have $50,000. I have $100,000 trading. I'm just placing just 2 trades. You know, that's why I just put 50. But in essence, whatever amount that you are going on a trade with. So for example, if any of my team members are coming on to trading with Royal Q, let's say with $2,000, me, I advise them go for 4 trades and spend $300 each. If you go for 4 trades, spend $300 each, you have spent $1,200. That means you have $800 waiting for you. Now, quite unlike the Forex market where you have such amount of money, 2,000, you cannot be trading with 1,000. That means you want to lose your money. The Forex trader will trade with at least 300 out of the 2,000 so that he has enough money for leverage. But in this situation, we do not need leverage because with the crypto market, your trades do not automatically close in losses because your leverage is low or because your leverage has been wiped out. And that's how people lose money a lot trading the Forex market. But in this case, what you're actually doing, you're buying assets. The assets may fall in value, but that doesn't mean that the asset is gone. When you go to your Binance, you see the coin that you are trading with. So, Mr. Chooks, have I been able to at least answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much. You have.
You're welcome.
So that means that the exact figure I'm trading with at that point.
Yeah. So do you know how to use the top gainer strategy?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. So when you're placing the trade, what Coach Nnamdi just told us, that instead of that 2% on that take profit ratio, run it with 1.1% because it's faster for any pair to hit 1.1% than 1 to 2%. And then when you wait till it has gotten to the middle Bollinger Band. Sorry, Coach Nnamdi, can you expand a little bit on that? Because me too, I'm learning on the job.
Okay, yeah. On the 1 minute chart strategy, right? So before
Yes.
that, there's some simple rules Mr. Chooks needs to recognize. For new people, there are different components to successful trading with Royal Q. It's not just, you don't just jump in, all right? You need to understand your total capital and how you share it. That sharing will give you earmarked capital. Now, your earmarked capital per trade, the TGS strategy will tell you to put 45% of it as your first buying amount. Okay, so a good example is, let's say you have $1,200 and we want to take 4 trades, all right? Let's say 3 trades, all right? That's 1,200 divided by 3. That's 400 per trade. Now that 400, you're going to say, what is 45% of 400? That will now become your first buying amount, all right? And then the 55% will be left for the margin calls. So that is one component, your capital earmarked per trade. Then the second thing is your margin calls. So you have to get the right margin call settings. And if you watch the 2 training videos we've done earlier, you will see the settings: 4 margin calls, multiple buying ratio 0.11, 0.22, 0.33, 0.55 for those 4 margin calls with 20% deep tolerance. So get back to your sponsor or any of the V2, V3, V4 on your hierarchy, locate them, or if you choose a mentor, if you don't have any support from anybody, if you choose a mentor, they can guide you to successfully, get started right. So for the top gainer strategy, once it's like, if you look at this now, this is the 1 minute chart, right? You can see the price has touched the middle Bollinger Band. If KDJ had crossed on the 1 minute chart, you could go in as long as you have room on the 15-minute chart to before the upper Bollinger Band. Now, if it touches the lower Bollinger Band on the 1 minute chart and KDJ points upward also, that's also a good entry. So on the 1 minute chart, you just want a little pullback before you enter again. You want to enter smart because there will always be a pullback. So you enter smart, you're still tolerating 20% deep tolerance, and you're going in and out of the market several times. You can do 2-3 times, while the person trading on 15-minute chart will only take 1.5%, trade. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm pretty sure you have answered the question. So I think you need to quite learn more. And like he has told you, meet your upline. If the person's too busy or not trading, or for whatever reason they cannot help you, then seek a mentor. There are so many mentors, and I'm pretty sure you are also a member of a group. So we've answered your question. Let me go to Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, can you unmute yourself? Can you tell us how come your $500 is in floating loss? And besides that, when did you start? And if you know much more about the top gainer strategy. Mr. Chris, please unmute yourself.
I think it's cereal.
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Chris.
I didn't have, for the past almost 2 months right now, no profit has been on my Real Q wallet. It's just been stagnant, and I have the robot. I don't know if the robot is not doing anything. Almost 2 months right now, and it's really making me very unhappy. I don't know.
So if I understand you well, your question is, why is your robot not trading for you? Mr. Chris, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Your question is, why is your robot not trading for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Should I allow Coach Coach Namdi, can you please ask him some questions so we quite understand where it's coming from?
All right. So the question is, what was your capital? What was the total capital in that trade?
It's, I know it's over $500.
Can you allow him share his screen? Can you stop sharing so that he can share his screen? Because if I'm going to go into some analysis, I need to see your trade. So, Mr. Chris, just try share your screen. I hope the host controls can hold on. Let me. Okay, I think I've allowed you to share your screen. So go ahead and share your screen.
Let me see.
Just open the Zoom up.
Like,
Do you know how to share?
it's a long time I did sharing. I'm just trying to see how I can go about it.
Open the Zoom app. You will see share.
On the Zoom app right now, I'm on it, but I'm not seeing share.
You have to look at the button on the Zoom app. You need to open the Zoom app. You might be in the
Okay.
meeting.
Yeah, okay. I think I've seen share.
Then you look, so click on screen.
Screen. Okay.
So when you click on screen, what are you seeing next?
It says start recording or cast with Zoom. It says cancel and then start now.
Start now, yes. And if you see display over other apps, just click on Zoom and activate Zoom. You might see a button that says Zoom and activate Zoom. Have you done that?
That says Zoom. I'm still looking for that button.
Just tell me what you're seeing. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing different apps written on there.
Just click for Zoom. Click on Zoom.
Okay, but I can even see Real Q also. Should I click on Real Q?
No. Just follow instruction. Just look for Zoom.
Okay, click on Zoom. Okay. Yeah, I've clicked on Zoom.
So go ahead and yeah, you can press your return key and then you'll be able to share your screen. Just press your return key.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm on the return key on the Zoom meeting right now.
No, you are supposed to press the return key. Okay, so since you're struggling to share, I can't really tell because I would have loved to see your settings. If we analyze your settings and your trading capital, you might be able to see why you have been thrown into a dip that will take you time to come out. So the first thing I tell people is
currently the trading capital, I know it's over $500 right now.
It doesn't matter.
And it's also reflecting on my Binance.
That's not the issue. Others are, the amount of the capital is not the point. And it will always be in your Binance, not the point. The point is, for every capital, there's a setting you should have. If you have over $300 earmarked per trade, there's a way to set your first buying amount. If you have less than 300, there's a way to set your first buying amount. Additionally, are you using the RQTMI strategy? If you're using the RQT Motion International strategy, that's a different level of this. So I would have loved to see your settings, and then I'll be able to give you solutions. So for you and the guy who has been in the deep since, no cause for alarm. Just be patient because the bull run is close. I wish you were able to share your screen, but you struggle with that a little bit. The bull run is close. You're not the only one with a dip. All trades will come out. I believe by October, everybody would have been out of most of their dips. But here's what you need to know. If you have trades since February, TGS strategy was not up then. All right. In fact, we started testing TGS strategy end of March. All right. So in March, we started testing it in the background. And it was until end of March, early April before we brought it to the general house for people to start using. So if anybody's trying to talk about their trades of February, yes, market crash can happen anytime. And when market crash happens, you need to be patient with the market for it to come up. It's just like you are a trader and you have, Madam Good pointed this in the group chat. You have clothes in your boutique and price of clothes start dropping. Nobody's coming to buy the clothes. So what do? You don't complain about, you don't panic. You just go buy new stock at the current price and see how you can sell those ones, or how you can sell off some if you want to sell off some, if you need money out of the initial stock. All right. But you're gonna give discount if you want to give discount. You're not gonna worry. All right. You just buy more and sell at let the ones that you buy, put a good profit target. The profit target could cover for the losses on the other ones, right? So that's how business runs.
Okay. The last time I made a profit was on the 6th of last month.
Are you here? Can you listen? Just hold on. Don't worry. So when you understand how the market works, if your trade is in a dip for a prolonged period, you just stay calm. If you could be patient with offline business, you should also learn to be patient on the blockchain. But I'm happy. You said the last trade you had profit was what? 6th of what?
I said the last time I made I thought a profit was on the 6th of last month.
Okay, so you even made a profit recently. So it's not like you not
of 6th of last month.
Okay, good. So I was trying to combine.
No,
I was trying to combine my response with the other guy who said he has been in floating loss since February. So I'm just trying to combine my response to the two questions. So what I would suggest to you is master the TGS strategy. And it's okay, you make some mistakes initially. Don't analyze it too much. You will always have trades that will stay a little bit, even up to a week or more. Follow the Bitcoin price movement. When you see that your trades are taking long to sell, like today, there's some trades that are taking longer. Market is not moving as it's supposed to move. Just check what's happening to Bitcoin. And you see, Bitcoin controls the market, so you tend to relax. So, but there's no reason to worry. All trades are going to come out in profit. Focus on getting better and getting better. And like a physical business, if some trades are not selling off, if you have access to extra funds, you just get extra money and begin to trade, with those ones. And the best advice I can give to people is to take Royal Q as a savings plan. So here's what I mean. The bull run will come and go, and we'll face the bearish market. You need to take Royal Q as a savings plan where you say, okay, every month, my salary is this. I can put 100,000 into Royal Q, or I can put 50,000 Naira into Royal Q. So what you do is, if it's $30, you can do in 2 months, you have up to $60. 3 months, you have up to $100 or $150, whatever you can get. Every quarter, you put into Royal Q and trade with it. So what's going to happen is, if you put in $100 every month, in 10 months, you'd have put in $1,000. And when the market is dipping, that $1,000 will be buying at the bottom of the market. So that when the next bull run begins to unleash itself, you would have been making so much more profit. So the reason many people here are not partaking in a lot of the bull run activities is because they did not buy in at the bottom. So I'm referring not just to you, Mr. Chris. I'm talking to everybody and anyone having floating losses. Just relax. The worst thing that can happen in Royal Q is that you have a floating loss that will last for a while, but you will never lose your money. And that floating loss will come out in profit. Even if it takes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Right? So here's what you need to do. Practice with the top gainer strategy. Keep practicing. Even when you make mistakes, forgive yourself. Let the market bounce back. Keep practicing. Then when you have extra cash, if other trades, and that Lawyer Taj says something, I don't put money into old trades. I don't bother buying old trades. Just look for money and trade with new strategy. And please don't mix settings. So the Royal Q Motion International settings, which works with the signals they give, it's perfect. It works fine. And then there is the top gainer strategy settings, different kind of trading, different kind of settings. Okay, so I wish I could see your screen. It would have helped me to give you a targeted explanation about why you're in floating loss. I might have given you 1 or 2 ideas of what to do. But yeah, work closely with Leotaj and your sponsor. I'm sure very soon all those trades are going to come out in profits. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. So Mr. Chris actually has not traded with TGS before, and he was one of my team members in the previous business. When I was telling him about Royal Q, he told me that he had Royal Q already. I mean, all his trades were in floating losses. And then I assured him he was supposed to share his screen with me earlier, but he's a very busy man. So he couldn't do that over the weekend. So I advised him to come for this meeting. Possibly after the meeting, I would chat with him and put him on the real line so he knows how to work with the TGS strategy. And for the other person who complained too, he is not using the TGS strategy. Because with the TGS strategy, you have a lot lesser floating losses. But going for 2%, it's easier for a trade to hit 2% than hit 10% or hit 7%. So what we're doing basically with the TGS strategy would be likened to scalping in forex trading, or what we call scraping. Scraping the profits, put on the trade again, get your 2%, put on the trade again, watch how far it has gone. When it's going up to the upper Bollinger Band, then you change that 2% to like 1% because it has already started going up. So of course we handled that with him. Thank you very much, Coach Nnamdi, for clearing the air. So do we have any more questions on here? Do we have any more questions? If there's no more questions, just type a no. So I'll go to another category that I want us to talk about. Yes, okay, Sebastian is raising his hands. Please unmute yourself and speak. Please, first of all, before you speak, let us know where you're joining us from. If you're a Royal Q member and your question. So please unmute yourself. I'll ask you to unmute yourself. Sebastian, are you there? If you're not there, then Mr. Aleto, please unmute yourself because you're raising your hand. I'm sure you have a question. I've asked that you unmute yourself.
All right, thank you so much, Lawyer Taj. This question is directed to Coach Nnamdi. Coach, I just wanted to understand something. I know when we are reading the settings and the strategies, when we are reading the chart rather, we talked about the 15 minutes chart, the 1 minute chart, the 5 minutes chart. I want to know, is it that when we say 5 minutes or 1 minute, is it what the trade is doing in the last 1 minute or what it will do in the next 1 minute? I really don't get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great question. Great question. So there are different ways to answer this, but I'll try my best to make it simple. All right. There are some markets that people move slowly, take their time. There's no hurry. People there are some markets that move slowly. So compare those markets to the 1 hour chart and the 4 hour chart. All right. Then there are some markets that move really fast. People are moving fast in the market. Too many customers move, come up for road, shift. If you block the road, somebody will jam you, and so just consider that the 5 minute chart and the 1 minute chart. So the lower time frames move much faster. Okay, they move much faster, and that is one angle to it. Then now here's another angle. As a trader, if you want to see what is if you want to see the helicopter view of the market, you go to the 4 hours chart, daily chart, weekly chart.
Yeah, so I'm illustrating it on the screen as we are speaking.
Yeah.
So they can understand it easier. So the chart you're seeing is on the 4 hours chart. So continue, sir.
Yeah. So on the 4 hour chart, you can see market might be moving much slower and trades can take weeks. But you know what? The 4 hour chart, when it's time for you to respond to the market, it will do what it needs to do, and the lower time frames will comply. So when you look at the higher time frames, you're just looking at the big picture of what the market can decide to do. And they are all instantaneous. But sometimes traders will say, when you look at the daily chart, weekly chart, 4 hour chart, you're looking at the future. What can the market do in the future? Yes, it's true. in a sense, it looks like what the market can do in the future, but it's actually the helicopter view, the bird's eye view. This is the big picture of what the market is very likely to do. So when you're on the 15-minute time frame, you're talking about what the market is going to do now, within 24 hours. All right. If you're on the 1-minute time frame, you're talking about what the market is likely to do in the next 1 hour, 2 hours. Okay, quick. All right, super fast, maybe minutes. All right, that's why trades are faster on the 1-minute time frame. But all the time frames are actually instantaneous. But some time frames, they are, you might not see what wants to happen. It might not look instantaneous, but when it happens, it will drag the other lower time frames to follow it. So that's why, for example, if the weekly time frame begins to act up, every other time frame will just follow it. All right, so that's why it's good to have a picture of what's happening on the higher time frame, so you can see a helicopter view. If you are a technical person, you want to know, oh, this is my department. Okay, this is all we do. This is what we buy. This is what we sell. These are our raw materials. Okay, this is fine. So this is the output. These are the inputs. These are the artifacts. Then you come down and say, all right, what needs to be done now? Who needs to do this now? On the lower level. So it's all, as a trader, it's good for you to have the high level of what the market is doing across several time frames while you perform your strategy on the 1 minute, 15 minutes time frames. But these two time frames are powerful and they're super fast. So that's why we deal with them. People don't have time to wait for weeks. If you're a forex trader, I remember I keep giving the example of me converting $800 or $750 to $3,500 in 1 month, and I ran away from forex. So, if you're a forex trader, if you trade on the 15 minutes, 1 minute time frame, your trades will also fire up faster. But if you trade on the 4-hour time frame, your trade can take several days, like guarantee several days for you to hit the profits, or even weeks. Intraday trading and intraday, all those long-term trades. I hope I answered the question. I didn't complicate it with my long grammar.
Yeah, you did. If I understood clearly, so it's like giving you a projection of what's going to be, not like what has been, right?
All right, so it's what's going to be. So different traders are operating at different time frames. This is another angle. This is another angle to it. Different traders are operating at different time frames. There are people that they don't have time. They only look at the weekly time frame before they do anything. There are people that operate on the 4-hour time frame, on the daily time frame. So these guys will take their decisions primarily with those higher time frames. So when they draw their lines and all their indicators align, they enter their trade, right? And the trade will definitely deliver results with time. So if you're on the lower time frame, you're also trading with those people and against those people. All right. So it's all about knowing what different group of traders are doing at different time frames. Okay. So the time is like let's say we're operating a time machine. You can go to the future and go to the past. Let's say 1 minute and 15 minutes is the past, or let's say the present, and the future is. So you can need to know what different traders are, what decisions different traders are making across different time frames, because they will also affect you one way or the other.
It's more futuristic. I get this.
But to understand the TGS strategy, you don't need to bother yourself about that. Just, operate between the 15 minutes and 1 minute time frame, and you can look at the 1 hour time frame if you wish.
All right. Right. Thank you very much for that explanation. I will just add a little bit to what you just said. So my screen is right there. It's on there, is what you're seeing now. It's on a 15 minutes candle. Now, my understanding, I traded Forex for the better part of 12 years. And for that 12 years, I wasn't happy a whole year. I kept on losing and losing and losing, get a new strategy, lose, until I came to the conclusion that the Forex market is the market that there are people who are even making it work the way it is. Because there are some days when you see volatility, you can wipe off your whole leverage. In days when there's even no news that's supposed to cause such a movement, I just feel like the market is manipulated. But I still keep telling people that the crypto market is so much easier. It's better for that is it's easier for you to make profits trading the crypto market than the forex market. And thank God that Coach Nnamdi even confirmed that too. So if you watch my screen, this is on a 15 minutes candle. If I'm to go to 5 minutes candle, I'm telling myself that in that 5 minutes candle, 3 of such candles make up 15 minutes. So those 5 minutes candle will better show me where the market is going. It will help me analyze where the market is going in a 5 minutes. That's why we go to 5 minutes. So I want to go to 5 minutes now. Now watch your screen. The 5 minutes is showing a very different kind of candle than when you compare it to the 15 minutes. Let me go to 15 minutes again so you see what I mean. You see the difference on there. So now let me go to 1 minute. And in that 1 minute, if you are patient enough to watch the bar for 1 minute, you are going to see a candle form. Because what it means is that every candle you see here was formed in a minute. Every candle you see here was formed in a minute. If I go to a 3 minute candle, it means that every candle formed here took place in 3 minutes. So if I'm patient enough to watch the graph for 3 minutes, I would see what this candle is going to do and then know what my next step will be. So the formation of these candles gives you an understanding of the price action in the market, if it's going up or if it's going down. For those who are trading for longer times, they are not using the TGS strategy. Some of them use their strategies from time frames like 4 hours, 1 day. And yes, it gives you a bird eye view. So when you're trading with 4 hours, 1 day, you know that you're not going to get results immediately, because each of these candles you see here was formed every 4 hours. So I hope that explains that part of our series today. And yes, we have our Professor SC in the house, ESSY. This man, now midnight, that guy they trade. I keep asking myself, why is it that this guy trades in midnight? Is it because in the midnight there's much volatility or less? Is it that the market responds better in the midnight? Or is it because maybe he's a very busy man and he has time in the midnight? So thank God he's here on the call. Professor John Essie, please, you have the floor. Please unmute yourself, a brief introduction, and let's take it from this question that I'm asking. Why do you trade in the midnight mostly?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you. Good to have you on the call, my brother.
Okay, thank you so much, brother. Yeah, I'm John from Kenya.
From Kenya?
Yeah.
Not riots just now for Kenya. Did you join them?
Yeah, I'm from Kenya, East Africa.
Okay, did you join them in the protest just now in Kenya?
Yeah, we are in the protest even now. Every Thursday we have to go to the roads and demand our rights.
Awesome. We are afraid in Nigeria because in Nigeria they use guns, they use batons, they use different things to fight us. But I guess the police in Kenya are quite stable, you know.
Yeah,
so why do you trade
that,
at night, basically?
Okay, my trading, my good trading. Of course, I trade throughout the day, but my good trading is mainly from such like time, because in Kenya now it's like how many minutes past midnight? It's midnight now. So good trades are from midnight up to around 4 Kenyan time. I think Nigeria could be right now. Yeah, it's what's the time there?
It's 10:18 right now.
Yeah.
So
okay.
we're like 2 hours behind you guys.
Sure. So you find that the crypto market becomes so active at as from midnight Kenya time up to around 4. when you place your trades at that time, by around 6, 7 there, they shall have yielded. That's why I normally trade at that time and I post my signals at that time.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that. So I don't know if you can share your screen actually, because we'd like to pick your brains in regards to if you check a trade, even though it follows the TGS strategy, what stops you from taking the trade, or what gives you that 100% boldness to say, yes, this trade is going to close? What are the other things you take into consideration before taking a trade?
Okay, let me just check something.
But I made you a co-host so you can share your screen actually.
Okay, that's what I want to check and share.
Yes, you can share.
Okay. Let's mute. Something has just happened and such. Are you still there?
Yes, we're there. We're watching you.
Just a minute. There's something that I'm trying to check so that I can share. Now I'll request I exit and come back again because something has just happened. I can't check on something here.
Okay. Okay. Should I continue then? You come back when you're ready, yeah?
Please.
Awesome.
Just
Okay.
a minute. Yeah.
Okay, all right. While we wait for Professor John Essie to get it sorted.
Okay, I think I'm almost there.
Okay.
Just continue, please, because my screen has hung.
So just restart your device. If you do, I'm pretty sure it's going to work well.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for you to get sorted, I want to jump into something else that I need to bring to your notice. Now, if you remember our training, we say that there are actually three different ways that you earn from royalty. One is your trading. The second is from your bonuses you get when you bring someone into the business to become a crypto trader. And then thirdly, from your team quantification. Some people don't understand how powerful that is with this business. I say that because I know someone who's not actually actively trading, but that person is earning at least $200 every day. I'll say it again, this person is not trading, but actually earning at least $200 every day. The question I believe you should ask is how? Because some people who are even trading are not even making $200 a day. But this person is making that consistently. If he wants to trade, he can trade, but he's focused on building a team. And for him, building a team is a poverty alleviation system or poverty alleviation program. He knows very well that royalty is trusted. It's a business that you have your money with you. So it is easy for a lot of people to join you, mostly considering the fact that a lot of people are looking for another stream of income or looking for an extra stream of income. So it makes it interesting when you understand how powerful the royalty compensation plan is. It's not something we can talk about in a whole day. It's more than that. We're going to be doing a series, and that's why I wanted to attach this as a section, a part of the members training. It's very important that you understand that you should not be the only rich person in your family. So if you see this opportunity as an opportunity to help people, then I'm sure you're going to go far. So I'll tell you a little story about me. I've done a lot of businesses. I see myself as a network marketing professional. Professional because I have grown teams to the thousands in different businesses. The highest numbers of team members I've had in a business is 4,000. And in that business, I was earning at least some $2,000 or $3,000 just basically on compensation plan every week. But you see, this royalty is even more powerful than that. So I'll share my screen a little bit so you understand. Now, please note that I just started this business in June. So you're not going to be seeing some very terrific figures. But for me, it's fine because each time I do these classes and I show my dashboard, it kind of shows you my little beginnings. Because 1 year from now, you're still going to see that dashboard. And you're still going to say, man, I remember when this year was so amount of money. So let me share something with you now, yeah? So if I go to my trading revenue, how much I've made trading, you can see it's $140. So I started this with $400. In June, from June 1st to the end of June, I made $60 on it. And if you calculate the value of $60 in percentage, that is 15%. Bro, that is awesome. I don't know if you know anything about trading, but if you are making 15% a month, bros, forget. Not even worry yourself. Just go and look for money and put in there. Now, let us imagine. Okay, it was 460. So at the end of June, by July 1st, I had $460 trading with. We are still in July. By tomorrow, July is going to end. But if you deduct 60 from this 140, I've earned an extra $80 on it. I can't wait for tomorrow to end so I can calculate how much in percentage I've made. It's $140 that I have traded. Now, let me show you something. I'm going to go to mine now, which is going to show me everything about myself. Yeah? And I'm going to go to reward details. Reward details is directly on that thing. With the reward details, you're going to see something now. Total revenue earned is 365. But the total revenue I earn in trading is 140. What does that tell you? That there's money here, not just in your trading.
125.
Please understand it that there is money in the compensation plan in this business. Now, check your screen, yeah? I'm clicking on activation gain. That's 330. $30 for the number of people that are brought in. I'm going to click on direct quantification. You see direct quantification, $35. Do you know where that's coming from? From the people who are trading, who are making profits in my team. My team is not more than 11 people, a bit 12. But this is what they're doing. This is just the result of 11 or 12 people trading actively. The highest amount of money I know that my team member is trading with is 4,000. Some are trading with 100, 50, 400, 2,000, 3,000. But this is what it has given me. Now, let your imagination run wild. Imagine that I have 100 people trading. Or I begin to build my team and I have 1,000 people actively trading. Bro, leave that matter. Even if I not even trade, only from the money I'll be making from this side is enough to take care of my bills. If you click on any of these profits, it's going to show you your team members that are trading, the direct quantification that you earn from their trading. This is awesome. That's not the only thing about how you earn. Now you see team quantification. I haven't earned anything here because I'm still in VF. VF, I'll be V1. I don't know what that means. I'm still in V1, so I don't think I'm qualified to earn team quantification. I don't think I am. But let me show you something else. No, not here. Mr. Esri, let me know when you're ready for us, eh?
Okay, I will let you know, sir.
Okay. So I'm trying to show you the kind of bonuses that that you can earn on here. Give me more details.
Okay, let me try. Maybe you can remove your screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even myself, I don't hook for what I want to show just now, sir, but nonetheless, let me stop my screen now so that you can take it up. Okay, so you're on. So like I said, the question is, what do you look at? Do you look at other indicators in regards to you taking a decision on making a trade? Because your trades are 95% accurate. Like, it doesn't take 2, 3, 4 hours before they close. And I must give you that. And for all of you who have been using this man's signal to be making money, come, write a thank you there on that chat, quick. Write a thank you, quick, because I know many people, when they wait for 90, they wait for Mr. SC. Wait for Mr. SC post. Please write your big thank you there so that it doesn't stop. I should be the number one to do that.
Only that my Nino has overheat and it's hanging. I wish my laptop was okay.
Oh dear.
That's the major problem that I'm having here. It's hanging and it can't pick up the phone. Anyway, I may not be able to join and actually share with my good people.
Okay, but just explain with the word of mouth. There may be some other time.
Yeah. So I would want to tell my followers this, that for you to be a successful trader, there is no shortcut. You have to read, you have to use the YouTube, and you need not to get somebody to train you. Personally, I lost a lot of money and I decided to go into learning. So I went to YouTube and nobody has taught me the skills of trading. It is just the YouTube. So if you really want to trade and earn more during this bull run, join the Zoom meetings, like what TJ is doing. And then the other thing is go to the YouTube. But I want to promise you I'll be more than available for you people, because we have all to join hands and fight poverty out of Africa. So that if you don't understand something, maybe you don't know how to use a strategy, you come to me. I will be very much free to help you out of it. I will also try my level best, maybe when my laptop is okay, to be here and show you some of the simple techniques which I normally use. Personally, I don't go into the complicated technical analysis tools. I use the trend line, and then I use what I was trying to share with you, like knowing the candles. What is the work of the doji? What is the work of the hammer? And all these other candles. So when you understand them, you will not be going into a loss. I want just to say something on a friend who talked about being in a floating loss. Many a times the floating loss is brought about by greed.
Mhm.
I like what by greed.
Yeah, correct,
I like
sir.
what,
Fire down.
pardon?
I say you are very correct, sir. Fire down. That's our word in
Yeah.
Nigeria. Means go on. Fire down.
Yeah. So when we want to get so much, we want to chew so much than we can actually. We want to bite so much than we can actually chew. Then we land into float losses. But if you can use this KDJ or the TGS, I want to tell you it's so difficult for you to be in a floating loss. Very, very difficult. Because picking 1%, 1%, 1% out of a trade, you may not know how important that 1% is until when you shall have accumulated your wealth. So what I want us to encourage each other is, let us go small. Take the small profit. That small profit, don't despise it. It is what will give you $1 billion. But if you want to get $1 billion, you will end up losing and you'll be in a serious floating loss, and you may not even come out of it. Personally, I'm against adding money into a trade that is going down. You would rather use that money to start another trade, and you leave the one going down to go until the time that it will come out. So personally, again, I don't trade using what though it's being encouraged in Royal Q, but I've been affected by it, and I don't use it completely. Opening up the margin calls, that is just adding more money to a trade that is already sinking. So why? During this bull run, as I conclude, I want to tell you this. Opening up call margins will be a waste of time during the bull run. Use the money in investing on another area. And finally, my coach, that is Coach Namdi, you came up with a strategy that I wish it was there in 2021 when I joined Royal Q. 2021, it was purely guesswork. They were telling you, when you see it coming like this, then you take it. Then we were all in floating losses. But now people are using technical analysis. They analyze the trade and they give you what you should do. So those people who are joining the Royal Q now, you should thank God. And you should listen to your leaders to give you what they want. From next week, I think I'll be there with my laptop, TJ, and I will show my friends how to use the trend line, the simplest trend line, and use core. Otherwise, God bless you all.
All right, thank you very much, Professor John Essie. So you be professor, whether you did not read it in school, whether you did not get, you are a professor, we'll give you that. Yeah, Professor already. We're not calling you John Essie. We're calling you Professor John Essie. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for showing up. Yeah,
Thank you.
hopefully next week when you get your laptop sorted, you can show us
Yeah.
some secrets. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes. Yeah, so I want to share my screen once again so that we can get this last part sorted. And this is the part where we talk of networking, network marketing. You want to be a network marketing professional? You can. It's just some little tips and tricks that you have to inculcate in your life. And you're going to see the magic. So let me go back to what I was trying to share. I want to share this screen once again. Right. Now, like I said earlier, there are a lot of things on this app, on the Royal Q app, that is very beneficial. You cannot just do only of information on there. There are a lot of diversions, a lot of distractions. You know right now that even the Royal Q app is trading, it trades futures. Do you know that? It trades futures now, but we're not trading futures. We're trading sports, right? So what I was trying to look at the other time was under user benefits. Sorry. Was under user benefits. So I'm going to click on user benefits now. So if you're a VF, if you're a V1, sorry, if you're a V1, you're earning on two capacities, not just direct rewards, but team rewards. V1. Okay, this is V1, right? Yeah, this is V1. Now, let's look at the broker benefits here for when you go to V2. When you're earning direct recommendation, it's not $30. It now goes to $40. And then profit distribution in your team reward ratio goes to 30%. 30%. So unlike when you're in just V1, your team reward ratio, which was 20%, goes to 30%, and then your direct recommendation fee goes to $40. When you hit V3, notice that there's another commission that comes in there. It's called team rewards, 10%. Besides that, your direct recommendation now becomes $50. So when anybody becomes part of your team or joins up with 120, you get paid $50 for that. Team rewards also increases to 40%. That means that whatever trades that your team members are doing, you're going to be getting 40% of the value on the profits. Now, this is the V4 that they keep talking about. This V4, 60% direct recommendation, 50% reward ratio for your team rewards, and then you have peer award of 10%. And then V5, where we have the likes of them, Coach Namdi. Once you sign up one person, that's $65 straight. And then he earns a reward ratio of 55% on his team rewards, and then 10% reward ratio. 10% peer awards. You see, when we get to this V6, you see that the commissions that you earn now become extraordinary. So much that you have a new one called global dividend. Global 10% weighted dividend needs to be deducted equal rewards within the organization. This global dividends comes once a month, if I'm not mistaken. Peer awards is 10%. Then your profit distribution team ratio is 60%. And then when you sign up anybody, you get $70. For me, it is awesome. It is awesome because you not only get a chance to claim or to legally say, I am a crypto trader, you earn because you're showing people the opportunity to become crypto traders. There are a lot of people who do not have things to do, or who, even though they are working, they know that the money is not enough to take care of bills or do anything. But here you have the opportunity to have a system where you're not only trading and earning profitably, you can also show this opportunity to a lot of people and they become part of it, and then you earn for life. So there's something about residual income that people don't understand. Residual income is income that you don't need to work for, that just keeps coming. I have enjoyed residual income over the years in different businesses that I've done. People from residual income, we have built houses from different businesses. And I'm not joking. So when you hear our V6 tell you that she makes up at least one thing to do every year, something gigantic, it's not a joke, because that residual income, she will continue to enjoy it for the rest of her life, for the rest of as long as the Royal Q app continues to work. And another advantage, which you must always tell anybody you're bringing into the business, is this, that your money stays with you. So even if the app is saying we are closing down for reconstruction or redesign or anything, you're not scared. In fact, for those people who've been in the business for the past 3-4 years, they say at a time, maybe once or twice within the history of Royal Q since 2020, they've closed down for 3 days or 4 days, but nobody was scared. Like, I don't know, your money, you don't need to worry about it, because even though the app is doing anything, you have your money in your Binance, in your exchanges. And that's a major point. That is a selling point that you can never take away from anything. Being a network marketer, people come to you with different businesses and say this and say that. The lowest package is $100. The highest package is 20,000. Who do I give my money to at this age, after knowing that I can do that with Royal Q by myself? What are you going to tell me? What percentage are you going to give me? When I know that when the bull run begins, I can make even 20% of my money in a day. I can make 100% of my capital in 1 week. And that's just being honest. That's just being humble, you know? So we will be adding a series called Networking Series to these member training, because we're not just going to train you how to be a very good crypto trader. We're going to teach you how to become a network marketing professional. So watch out for next class. Next class, I'm going to begin a series on that. If you like to make money, come. If you don't want to make money, if you feel that trading is good for you, it's fine. It's good to go. So I'm about ending this class now, but I wouldn't without hearing the words of Mr. Where's Ade Direct? Ade Direct, you didn't come early in this class. You should be talking, but just say a few words, Mr. Ade Direct, because we're closing right now. We'll spend the better part of 1 hour, 49 minutes. So over to you, brother.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm sorry I came late. I came about 25 minutes late. I'm sorry. Thank you, everybody, for today's presentation. Our coaches, Coach Namdi, thank you so much. Brilliant one, my Oga. And Lawyer Taj, my brother.
Boss.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you to Professor Ezi from Kenya. God bless you, sir. All right. I believe many of our leaders has said it all today. So I just want to encourage every one of us to, to try as much as possible to watch all the videos our leaders has pushed out there. It's educative and it's going to help us a lot. Nobody knows, so we are always learning. Today myself, I've learned one or two and I'm still learning. Thanks to Lawyer Taj for that candle reading. Is very important. It's very important. And I must say, we are not going to get it clearly on our RoyalQ app. But if we are able to use TradingView, yes, TradingView we give more insights on candle reading, how a candle is formed every 5 minutes on 5 minutes charts, how it's formed on every 1 hour and every 15 minutes. And I'm sure Coach Nnamdi has touched it also. At the same time, Professor Essie has talked about it too. So next week, by God's grace, we are going to be practical about our meeting. I know many of us are trading using Top Gainers Coin already. But of course, we want all of us to be using it. Some are still not using it. Some are still waiting for signals. Though waiting for signal is good. Even me myself, I still pick people's signal and I trade it. But of course, where your personal development comes in is when you now come you came late with the signal somebody has pushed out there, and you cannot enter blindly. That is where your own personal development is needed. So imagine that you don't know it and the point has already rise up. So you cannot go inside again. And that happens often. People will, especially when Professor Essie push a signal out there, people will still be asking, can I go in now? Can I go in now? I'm sure if we all know it, one or two this thing, you don't need to be asking that again. Because you will definitely your learning will definitely teach you, yes, this and this and this, the coin has rise already. I cannot go in again. So having said that, I would like to appreciate every one of us for today's presentation, for the attendance and co. And I believe we can do more, just like Dr. Money always say. We are many on this team, and I can see since I've joined, I joined 25 minutes past the time, and we are not more than 70. That is lesser attendance compared to last week. So we can do better. This is the only way we can encourage our leaders to keep coming and to keep giving us their best. All right. Thank you so much. Enjoy the Top Gainers Coin. Enjoy trading with Oriaki with ease. God bless you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ade Direct, for that wonderful one. Here we draw a curtain, close this session. I just want to say a few words before we close, just 1 minute. We have something special here. If you're playing with this opportunity, just watch me. Watch what I'm going to do in a few months in this business. I tell my team members, do as I do. That's all you need to do. From next week, we're going to be sharing powerful tips that you can use in growing your business. That being said, I want to thank you all for coming on this call again. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Remember, on Sunday is when we have the prospects meeting. I know we had some prospects here. At least they have listened and learned a lot on this call. And know that, yes, in this business, it's just patience you need. You can never go wrong. You can never lose your money. So thank you all for your time. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. See you on Sunday, 8 p.m. We want to see the room full. Have a good one and take care. Bye from Touch.